Hi and welcome to a new video. I'm really excited today because I'm gonna do a London haul. You bring me home, sweet creature, sweet creature. I went to London for a few days, barely filmed anything while in London because we went to things where you couldn't really film. Like I went to a concert, I went to musical theater thingy, and then we just like went around shopping. So there weren't a lot of opportunities to actually film. I don't really know where to start, but I guess we can start with the thing I'm wearing. I went to the Harry Styles concert, the Together tour. I went on last night on Wembley and it was amazing. I loved every single second of it and I would do it all over again. So I bought two things there. The first is this t-shirt. It's just a picture of Harry and a lot of people, and then on the back, if I can kind of show it, it says together. Can you see it? Wait, here. Together, and then all the places where he's playing, where he has played and where he's playing. He have been to Amsterdam in the Netherlands and also now London in England or the UK. So, and now I think he's going to South America. Yeah. It was amazing and I love my time, and I also bought a hoodie. I said that I wouldn't buy a hoodie because I own so many hoodies, and I also have a Harry Styles hoodie since before, and I have a Harry Styles t-shirt as well. But yeah, I bought a hoodie. So it's quite simple. On the front it just says, I don't know how to pronounce this like acronym, is that the right word? It says CATO. It says kiss all the time, disco occasionally. And then on the back it says the same, kiss all the time, disco occasionally. And I love that it's the pink and blue. It reminds me of the Fine Line album. So that's the things I bought at the concert. Then we have the rest, and I do not know where to start. I think we can start with some miscellaneous things. I have some postcards. I went firstly to the Notting Hill bookshop. It was a queue to get in there. I was like, I'm not going in there. And my mom was like, we could just wait in the queue and see for a while. And I went in and I was so overstimulated by the entire experience that I just went in. I grabbed this postcard. Let's see if I can show it better. It's so stunning and it wasn't that cheap. Like, I kept thinking things was cheaper than it was because I kept thinking that pounds meant Australian dollars, and I was like, oh, $3.99, that's so cheap in Swedish kronor. It's not the same because it's two different currencies, you know, but my brain did not get that. But I thought this was stunning and I'm gonna keep this in my scrapbook, I thought. And then I have some other postcards, and I think I'm gonna maybe keep one of these and then send to my friends because I love sending postcards to my friends. And I think it was like grab 6 and pay £4 or something. So I grabbed 6 of them. And I love the look of these. So I got this one. I'm looking in the viewfinder to see if it's focused. Oh no, everything's this one. This one. Or no, this one. And then of course some of these telephone boxes. A map of London. I think this one I'm gonna keep in my scrapbook because it says like all the places here, like Buckingham Palace and Trafalgar Square and all that. And then of course underground. So some of you who may be watching this may be getting one of these in the post quite soon. So that's the postcards. Then I did not look. I usually buy my dad some stuff when I'm away, and I sometimes buy him socks, and I bought these ones, except I didn't look at the size. Well, I looked at the size and thought I grabbed the correct one, but apparently I did not, so I grabbed a too small size. I'm gonna get him to try it just in case. It's like I can't return it, so that's annoying, but otherwise I have a pair of London socks, I guess. And then last but not least, I bought a sticker. I love the Mr. Bean thingies. I found this one and thought it would be really, really cute in my scrapbook along with the postcards. So that's like the small miscellaneous, like touristy things I bought. I think next we may move on to clothing, I think. And I tried to like grab stuff that I couldn't get at home because I tend to go overboard with shopping. And I had a rule for myself, at least where it came to clothing, that I would grab stuff that I couldn't necessarily get at home because I only had a 10k bag and 10 kilo bag, not K. So I didn't want to go too overboard, and I knew that I wanted to get some book shopping done because there's a lot of books in this haul. So at Primark, I found these shorts. Is it on the right? Am I showing the back? Yeah. It looks basically the same. I found these shorts. I have similar to these in like light blue and white striped, and I love these shorts. They're just so comfortable, and they're kind of light as well. So when you're sleeping in them, or honestly just having these one with like a white t-shirt outside, it's just so light and breezy and nice. Then I went to Hollister, I think, right? Yeah, Hollister. And I have a really, really hard time buying shirts that truly fit me because I have quite broad shoulders compared to like waist and lower upper body. So it's always so hard to find shirts that actually fit me, because if they fit like the lower part of my upper body, they don't fit my upper part, like the shoulders and stuff. I can't get them past my shoulder. So when I realized that these shirts, you like tie them up at the front, game changing. So I bought 4 shirts. I bought there's 2 pairs and they're the same style. 2 are the same and then 2 you're gonna realize. So I bought this shirt. It's stunning. It's basically like this like lace on here, and it's hooks on the front, so you tie it up or like close it at the front, and then on the back it's adjustable straps. Like this is my dream shirt. Honestly, dream shirt. So it actually fits well and looks amazing. And it's like kind of a scrunch back here as well. So that's really nice. And then I got the same one in white. I think you can see it a bit easier on the white. It looks like this. It has a little bit of lace here, little bit of lace here, the scrunch at the back, and then just polka dots. I love it. They look stunning on. Then to the other type of shirt I bought, I first found this one when I was trying on the other ones. I found this like laying around at the fitting rooms and thought, you know what, I love this type of shirt, but it never fits me. It never ever fits me because it always strains at the shoulders. So I thought I would try it on. It looks like this. It has a little bit of scrunch in the front, and it's just like, you can dress it up, you can dress it down. It has a tie in the back, and it fit like a glove, So I tried it on, loved it, and then of course I had to get it in the black as well. I just think it's such an effortless look. Like, you can have it when you're at a family dinner, or you can have it going out. If you have like a skirt or anything to it. So I think I can get a lot of use out of all of these shirts. And as I said, they fit amazing, and it's so rare for me to find shirts that actually fit 100% well, because my upper body is just annoying when trying to find shirts, because if it fits in one place, it doesn't fit in another place. So that's the clothing things I bought. Then I got some Harry Potter stuff. I'm just gonna move around some things. And I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I try to buy most of my things secondhand, like on Vinted and stuff, to not give J.K. Rowling more money. I think what she stands for is horrendous, and I do not agree a single thing, and therefore it feels kind of like weird for me to buy a lot of her stuff. And I always try to, if I'm buying different versions of Harry Potter or anything like that, I always try to find them secondhand first to not bring her any more money. So I just want to say that before I show you these things, because I feel like I say one thing and then do another thing, but I just want you to know that I usually always try to find stuff secondhand first. But since I were in London and I went to these things, I couldn't not. So the first thing I bought is from the Noble collection, and it's the Time Turner replica. I used to be such a huge Hermione girly, and I say used because I'm still a huge Hermione girly, of course, but I think I've found different characters as I've gotten older. Like, I'm loving the Marauders era. Like, I love that generation. Look, I gotta switch it so it isn't too long, but it looks like this. Now you see the camera, but it's a mirror in there, and then the Time Turner hangs there. I gotta switch where it hangs so it's not too long. But I really love this. As I said, used to be a huge Hermione girly, but as I've grown up, I think I just got more into the Marauders and that era. But I also think that Harry himself is such an underrated character, like the things he went through and all that. I just cannot not love that guy. I wish he got more hype. Like, everything is based around him. Like, why is he never a favorite character? It's a sadness. However, I got 2 other Harry Potter things, and I went to Harry Potter and Cursed Child. I don't know if it's a musical or theater or whatever, but I got 2 wands. I do collect Harry Potter wands, and I have 2 spaces more to fill up. So now they're filled. So I got from the musical, obviously. I don't think you can get these ones otherwise. I may be incorrect, so don't quote me on that. However, I did get the replicas from the show, and I got Albus Potter and Scorpius Malfoy, of course. So we can show Scorpius Malfoy first. So Scorpius wand looks like this. I don't know if you can see it good. And for the ones who don't know, Scorpius Malfoy is Draco Malfoy's son. And the show is about Scorpius Malfoy and Albus Potter. I won't say more unless you want to watch it. I would absolutely recommend watching the show because I read the script a few times and I don't think the script in itself is that good. I think the show is so much better, and I'm always amazed by how well produced it is because I watched it 2 times. And then we have Albus Potter's wand. Do you say it like that? And it looks like this. I find it quite like a mix between Hermione's wand and Harry's wand. It has like this and a little black thingy at the end. So those 2 are going up on my wand shelf now, and it's so nerdy of me that I have a wand shelf, but I do. Then we come to the part which I think all of you guys stayed for, and it's the book haul. Well, I have one more thing before the book haul, and our flight was delayed, and it's an entire story of itself, but I bought a face mist by Bioma because I needed something to just freshen up my face. However, now we get to the really good part, and that's a book haul because I did I did go crazy. Yeah. So this is in no particular order. These are either bought at Foyles or Waterstones. So let's just get going. We have two books from Foyles at first. And one of my downfalls when it comes to books is buy one, get one half price. I love that thing. So I found, like, I don't really know what these books are about. Honestly, I just like the cover and bought them. So the first one I bought was Royal Summer, and falling in love was never part of the plan. We have Hannah, who's the main character, and her life has gone up in flames. She want to avoid her ex-boyfriend and ex-best friend, that's sad, at all costs, and all of a sudden this hot stranger comes up to her and says, do you want to work in the British castle? And then soon she realizes that he's actually the British prince. Wow. And he's kind of known for being a party boy, all the normal things. I think this is YA romance because I found it in the YA section at Waterstones, but I found it in the romance section at Foyles. So I'm not quite sure, but I think it's romance. Then I bought Sweet Temptation, and I also think this is YA. I may be incorrect with these ones. I haven't looked it up. I just found these ones at YA section in Waterstones, whereas I found it in romance at Foyles. So I guess when I've read them, I'll tell you more about it. This book is about two persons at an academy, and they've been told all their life to stay away from each other, and they never belong together, la la la. However, then they get into some situations and surviving their senior year, and yeah, you guys can understand where this is going. The next book I bought at Waterstones, and this is Treasure Island. This is a book I think I'm gonna have in there reading the books Lion likes, because she gets Treasure Island by, I think it's Young Hawks, and she reads it, so I really wanted to include that one, and I found it at Waterstones. Then we have another book from Foyles, and look, I'm not a cozy mystery girl. I've tried it several times, and I've just found that I've not liked it. But then I found this book, and it looks so pretty. It looks so pretty. So I thought I would give this a try. And what I gathered about this book is that we have the girl, the main character, and she gave up her magical powers to resurrect her beloved aunt. And now she has to work at this inn to, I don't know, keep up a living, I guess. And then all of a sudden she meets Luke Larson, and he's a handsome, icy historian, magical historian, that has the key to restoring her power. And I guess some things happen around that. We'll see. I am going to give this a shot. If I don't like this one, I'm gonna give up on cozy fantasy. I just wish I were a cozy fantasy girly, but I just don't think I am. Then I bought some books at Waterstones. I think all of these are bought. Yeah, no, we have one more from Foyles, and that is Fever Dream by Elsie Silver. I have had my eye on this for a while. However, the book prices when you buy them physically in Sweden can be quite high, you know. So I haven't bought it yet, and then I found it buy one get one half price at Foyles, so I bought it. I have no idea what this book is about, but I've read, honestly, I think I've read every other book by Elsie Silver. So she's an instant buy author for me, and I kind of like to go into her books blind. So I bought it, haven't even looked at the back. I bought the new Heartstopper book, and I have read the volume 5. However, I haven't owned it physically. I don't know why. I just haven't bought it yet. So when I went to buy volume 6, Mom was like, but then you have to buy volume 5. And I was like, I do. So I'm so excited to read this one. I have been looking forward to this release since forever, and now I actually have the entire series. I think maybe you can see it down there. Wait, there it is. And I own 2 copies of the first one, but then I just own up to volume 4. So now I have volume 5 and volume 6. I think I'm gonna do a big reread because it takes like 0 time to read through these volumes and just make sure I'm up to date with everything that happened. Then we have 3 more books, and the first one I bought in there, I only bought 3 books at Waterstones because I felt like, I think I went in there, told my mom, I have a limit on 2 books, and then I changed it to 3. Very typically me to do, but I kept 3 books because I did not have the space in my suitcase. Like, my suitcase was literally, half of it was books. I bought King of Gluttony, which is the latest installment in the King of Sin series. I've read half of this. And then, like, I guess you can say I soft DNF'd it. But the thing was that I started reading it in Australia, and then life happened and I never got to start to read it again. I really enjoyed it so far, so I just haven't continued. It's not that I didn't like it, I guess I felt like I wasn't in a romance mood, and then I just never picked it up when I actually got in a romance mood. So now this is motivation to actually keep reading it. The Correspondent. I've been eyeing this book since it released. I don't know why I haven't bought it yet. I started eyeing it when I was in Australia, but I think because it was such a big book by then, like it was the big paperback. This is the small one, like the regular sized one. I just kept waiting, and now that I found it in the normal paperback size, I thought it was time for me to get it. I've seen so many read this book and love it, give it 5 stars, and just never stop talking about it, that I really need to get going with this book. I don't really know what it's about, but I know that it's in a very special, written in a very special way, that it's written in emails or letters. I'm not entirely sure, but it's not like a normal book in that way. It's everything's written in emails or letters or similarly, and I found that such an interesting premise to read. Last but not least, we have a special edition. I love a good YA murder mystery, and I think this is it. It kind of reminds me a little bit about the Inheritance games. This is called The Heirs by, I'm gonna butcher this name, I'm so sorry, Farida Abike Imit. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering this. And this is actually exclusive edition and signed by the author. And it has these beautiful sprayed edges that I'm absolutely gonna show off here. And this book is about 5 prodigies, 5 heirs, and then all of a sudden their father dies, and all of them are under scrutiny. Who killed him, who had motive, and they realize that everyone has motive. I just realized that I forgot to show you guys some things. So we can start off, I bought a pair of shoes. I had a pair of New Balance shoes that was wedding green for a long while, and I had them in Australia and everything, and then I went to New York. And when I was in New York, these shoes broke. The heel, I can show you my new, these are my new pairs. The heel here of my old shoes broke. There's like a metal plate or like a plate of some kind in these, and that broke. So every time I use them, my heels got hurt really bad. And these are the ones that I can walk miles in without hurting, because they're more comfortable than like my Adidas Specials or Adidas Sambas. So I needed a pair that I could actually walk in that I still found stylish, that isn't like my running shoes. So I bought these, and I love the like burgundy, kind of purple-ish, like it looks different in every lighting, and I just love them. I tried several different ones, and me and my mom went to so many different stores to try to find a pair I actually liked. And I was between those shoes and a pink pair, but the pink pair was a different version of the New Balance. So I went back to this is the exact same shoe I have in green. Because I find that this, I think it's the 530s. Yes, New Balance 530s. These are the ones that fit my feet the best possible way. So yeah, those I bought. And then lastly, we got stuck at the airport. Our flight was supposed to leave at 7 p.m, somewhere around that. And we got stuck at the airport because our flight got delayed by a lot. We sat there for hours. So of course we browsed for a bit and did some shopping. I don't have the original packaging, but I have the things. So, is it upside down? Here. It's Charlotte Tilbury. And it came in this, I don't know what's this called. It's called necessary in Swedish. Like a toiletry bag. I feel like that's not the right word, but somewhere along that. So you got this bag, and then you got 4, and it has a little plane here to show that it's like from the airport. And in here we got 4 products. It's amazing because you can kind of like open it like this. Imagine if I would have dropped it. I have used 2 of these products before. I used Charlotte Tilbury a lot before, but then I got too cheap to pay for it. So the things I've used before is the airbrush setting spray. I love the setting spray and I actually need a new one because I bought another one like 2 months ago and I'm starting to run out of it. Then the second thing I've tried before is the mascara. I had this in brown. This is the super black and I quite like it. I'm looking in the viewfinder right now. I'm not a makeup guru. I have no idea what I'm talking about, honestly, but I like it when the brush is kind of like this. I usually use the telescopic mascara. That's been my ride or die since forever. So, I don't know. It works. That's all that matters for me. Then the 2 things I haven't tried yet, but these ones I've actually really wanted to try. And it's the Magic Cream by Charlotte Tilbury. I think it's the medium sized. I saw, I think her name is Leah. She's not the Norwegian princess, but her mom is kind of like, in some way, she's related to the royal family in Norway. And she's an influencer, and she talked about this a long while ago. And I've always wanted to try it. But it's kind of expensive, and like, yes, this thing was a lot of money. But if you compare to buying all of these things separately, this was a bargain. So I got to try that one. And then it also included a lipstick. And this is a color I normally never really wear. It's more of a natural pinkish color. I usually go for quite bold red colors, but I thought that sometimes when I work or do other stuff where I maybe don't want to have a bold lipstick, I don't have anything to wear. So I thought this would be a good like everyday lipstick when I don't want to have a too bold color. So I think now that's everything. The color, I have this packaging still. For the lipstick is Pillow Talk, by the way. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.